Hey, and welcome to another episode of Amp Up Solar Talk. Today, we're joined by Agathe Noyon from Pegasus Solar. Pegasus has been focused on making rooftop installs easier, faster, and better for crews. Today, we'll be talking about some of their standout innovations, including the SkipRail, InstaFlash2, both designed to give installers a better day on the job by saving time, cutting costs, and simplifying rooftop work. If you're watching live, be sure and drop your questions in the chat. We'd love to include you in the conversation. Agathe, welcome to the show.
Kelly, thank you for having me. It's a real pleasure.
Oh, we're so glad that you're able to join us. Now, before diving into the products, we'd love to hear a little bit about Pegasus Solar. So who is Pegasus and what makes you guys who you are and what you're about?
Sure. So, Pegasus, we are the fastest growing solar racking manufacturer in the country. It was founded in 2012 by Kai Stefan, really with the idea that there was a better way to mount rooftop solar. And until now, that passion really continues today with a commitment to continual improvement and making every aspect of deploying solar easier, and really from planning and procurement through installation.
Yeah, so you're really known for being installer friendly. What inspired the design of your rail system, then along with the SkipRail and now the InstaFlash 2?
That's a great question, Kelly, and thank you for asking. So, yes, it is installer friendly, and why? Why? It's because we spend a lot of time talking to installers and also to all the installation company out there. And really, most of our team is really focusing on understanding what do you like, what don't you like, what would you like to see on the roof, what is working for you, what is not working for you. And the entire team from sales to engineering and design, again, is really spending a lot of time listening and observing. And we also work very closely with the customer advisory council to make sure that every product we develop solves a real challenge in a practical and efficient way. We really need to understand what do you need and how can we implement your need, in the field.
Yeah, and you've talked to installers, but you also mentioned a customer advocacy group. So we're not just talking about installers. When we say installer friendly, you're talking about anybody who's installing this, right? So could this be DIYer friendly as well? Anybody can install this?
Absolutely, absolutely. And when you look at the video that we have available online, you can see that everything we are trying to achieve should be easy to install. And we call it green proof or the green installer. How can we make sure that when we get a Pegasus solution delivered to your house, it is user friendly? And this is all about, making sure that it's easy to install and easy to understand how to install. So it's absolutely available for DIY customer.
When you say green proof, are you meaning those that are brand new to doing any of this?
Absolutely. And again, like the DIY customer, you can join our online certification program. You can you can look on our website and look at all the videos that is going to drive you, step by step along the process of installation, and is really going to teach you how to install in the best way possible.
So you have an online certification program. Does this cost anything?
No, everything is free. The goal for Pegasus is to make sure that once you have your Pegasus solution delivered to you, you have access for free to any online or video or tutorial possible.
But on the other hand, do you have to be certified in order to install?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm not a legal, I'm not an attorney, but it looks like USA is pretty open to DIY, customers. And as long as you follow your, I will say, county rules, you should be
Yeah.
good to go. Yeah.
Okay. Now you guys have a tagline, and I love it. A better day on the job. What does that mean to you guys, and how do you give that then to the person who's installing?
Absolutely, and it's another great question, Kelly. Thank you. So really internally for us, it really means that the whole company, the entire employee feels confident in the conviction that we have a better product. And we really, with that belief, we have like a mission oriented across the organization with a purpose that makes, okay, how can we, develop product that will make it easy to install and that is easy to understand to install, but also easy to ship, easy to procure. And this is really the mission from Pegasus. Again, we like being simple. We are very down to earth people. We like to make it simple, but we are also very much driven toward R&D, like research and development. We want the best product out there that is easy to install.
And we're about to get into these products, and you can really explain how that happens. But what I've noticed is you guys aren't just focused on making things easier and making things faster, but you also emphasize aesthetics. And you've really looked at making sure the gaps are narrow and you have a flush edge design. Why was that also important to you guys?
Yeah, well, it really all comes back to our engineering ethos and our identity, right? We thrive to make things that make sense, that last, and also look good. And it's very important because, as a homeowner myself, I want to go outside in my yard, and if I see my solar panel, I want them to look good. So it's very important. And so really the goal again is really trying to improve every aspect of solar deployment.
So what I'm hearing so far is easy, fast install, makes the day go by faster, it's long lasting, and it looks good. I mean, how can you go wrong there? So let's get into this and let's talk about the Pegasus rail system. What do you think is the main thing that sets it apart from others on the market?
So I've been in solar for over 11 years now and really specialized in racking. And something that really stand out with Pegasus is really the fewer SKU. You have very few SKU to install. But the main thing, and especially for DIY, you have a one tool install. So when you are on the roof, you have a half-inch socket and you just keep installing from the beginning to the end. You don't have to change tools. And this is very important, and especially on pitch roof, when you are up there, you don't want to change tools. Stuff, fall off the roof, it's cumbersome. So just having a one tool process makes life for installer and DIY customers so much easier. And then on the top of that, we have SKUs that make total sense. Like we have a splice. So the splice for the people out there is I have one here, is the piece of metal that is going to be inserted into the rail. And most of the racking manufacturers out there, you need T-bolts, bolts, screws, to install that splice. That one is going to insert it automatically into the rail with no tool, and it's bonded. So super easy to install. It also does not interfere with your mount placement. A lot of time, out there, when you insert your splice, the mount cannot land on the splice. With us, it doesn't matter because it's structural. And again, the whole purpose is to make things easier. We have, if you are using SkipRail, for instance, you're going to have integrated bonding north-south, which means it's a huge saving on the cost, but also on time, because you will not have any copper wire anymore on the roof. So you have total integrated bonding north-south through the SkipRail clamp and east-west through our multi-clamp. Going into the multi-clamp, so when you are installing like solar rooftop, you have either a mid clamp or an end clamp. With Pegasus, our multi-clamp can do both. So it's one SKU that can really cover your mid clamp and your end clamp. So it's easier to install, it's one SKU. So basically, really, the Pegasus rail simplifies the installation from start to finish.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about getting a whole bunch of different products. you have a few products that will do the whole installation and one
Exactly.
tool, and some of the things can install without tools. I can see
Exactly.
how that would be much, much simpler for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And with your bonded splice, what you're saying is it's not going to keep you from installing things on top of it. That can be installed anywhere you need it to be installed.
Exactly. It doesn't interfere
Yeah.
with the mount. It doesn't interfere with the clamp. And also
Mhm.
you can still do your nice wire management within the channel.
Yeah, so tell us about your rail a little bit. It's an open channel rail, and what are the benefits of an open channel rail?
Well, you know, the main benefits of an open wire channel rail is really to protect the wires. So we know that homeowners out there have tons of issues with squirrel going on the roof or birds, etc. Everybody's picking, you know, on the wire. The fact that you
Yeah.
can really install the wire within the channel really protect them for a last, you know, for like 25 years and up. And so basically, you don't need any zip tie anymore because it really runs within the channel.
So you're just tucking it down inside of the rail and you're done.
Exactly, you're done. We also, instead of zip tied, we have a little wire clip, which is
Mhm.
called a wire management clip that just gonna insert into the rail just to prevent the wire, you know, to pop out.
Sure. Sounds really smart. We do have an audience question here that says, is the Pegasus system UL listed for permitting?
Absolutely. So we are UL listed. So not quite sure which one you are referring to. Let's maybe talk about the UL 2703. So this certification really indicates indicates that the product needs to meet certain like safety standards for things like mechanical load or grounding, bonding, or fire classification. And of course, all of our products are UL certified and tested really to meet the highest standard. So that way we can really warranty, you know, with a 25-year warranty. Yeah. And yeah.
So there's a 25-year warranty on all the SkipRail products? I mean,
On
on
all the
all the
SkipRail
Pegasus
products.
products?
All the Pegasus product. And we also
Yeah.
have a special warranty with our InstaFlash. And this is the first time that a manufacturer implemented such a warranty on the market. With InstaFlash, we have a $5,000 leak-proof warranty.
Let's talk about the InstaFlash2 just a moment. What is the InstaFlash2? Let's start there. Tell us
Yes,
about it.
so absolutely. So a few years ago, there was a big trend going toward moving from a flash solution to a flashless solution, which means you don't have to install, you know, a flashing on the top of it, an L fit. And so we developed an L fit that has integrated sealant, and the sealant is a non-hardening sealant that is instantly watertight. And what it does is that when you install your InstaFlash directly to the mount, you don't have to add any sealant. The sealant goes into really the hole of the roof and is sealed instantaneously. And really the main advantage is that it's really time saving and also cost saving. But it's also an amazing improvement into the market because it allows people, so installer and DIY customer, to install in any weather condition. Usually, in the past, you had to wait until your roof gets a little drier if it's wet, especially, you know, during the rainy season or when it's snowing. Now, thanks to InstaFlash, you can install it in any type of weather. Even if your roof is wet, just go ahead, install it.
Now, you guys have a video where you're showing the proof of this, where you're installing it in a underwater and it
Underwater.
doesn't leak, and that's really pretty cool. I cannot personally imagine myself being on a roof in the rain or when it's snowing outside. But tell me, what would be the use case of this?
Can you repeat what is what?
Well, what would be the use case of this? I can see, if installers are trying to finish up a job and it starts raining, they can still continue and finish up the job
Absolutely.
to move on
Or
to the
like,
next.
let's say you are right now in Minnesota, in Colorado, and you have a thick layer of snow on your roof. Usually, like the installer comes and they have to use a torch, to dry up the roof. In our case, just take a broom, like sweep up the snow a little bit. The roof is still wet. You can install your InstaFlash. Or let's say it's raining and you feel like you can still go out there. Of course, you have to take precaution. Always
For
wear a
sure,
helmet.
yeah.
Always, be careful. But you can still
Absolutely.
install. You don't have to stop your installation because your roof is wet, basically.
Yeah, and so there are some on the market that can only be installed when the weather's a certain temperature. And what you're saying is you don't have to worry about temperature or water. These are not going to leak, and the weather is not going to be a concern. So
Absolutely.
that is really, really cool. And talk to me about whether you have to mount them in rafters or decks. Is that an issue?
Absolutely not. So it's not an issue. InstaFlash2 is designed to be mounted direct to deck or rafter attached. It really depends on what the customer wants. If you go rafter attached, you're gonna have to look for the rafter. So basically, you knock on the roof, right, and until you hear the rafter. If you use it as a rafter solution, you're gonna put your InstaFlash with 2 screws. And if you want to go direct to deck, you're just gonna go ahead and use 6 screws. The advantage of InstaFlash2, and especially for your customer as DIY, it's very forgiving. So let's say I'm a DIY customer, I go on the roof, and I think I found the rafter, and I mount my InstaFlash2. And so I try to put the screw, and I'm like, oh, I miss the rafter. Don't worry, don't stress about it. Just put your 6 screw. It's going to be a direct to deck and move on. It's very forgiving.
What I thought was really cool is you want to do it in the rafter. You put 1 screw in, you miss. You go to one side, you hit it. You can just put 1 more screw in below that, and it's a rafter
Exactly.
mount with 3, and you're done.
Yes, you can do that too. Yeah, absolutely.
Very nice. We do have a question, and just to reiterate, we need to know, does the InstaFlash2 come with the sealant already?
Yes, InstaFlash2, and maybe Kelly, you have it right in front of you, so
I
you
do,
can.
yes.
Yes.
Yep.
So please take it and show the audience. You can see that the sealant already is pre-installed and has been. It got spread within this sample, so it is already there. So there is absolutely no need of buying extra sealant. It's there and it's made for that.
And one of the neat things that you guys have already thought through this is if somebody's on the roof and they accidentally step on it, it's not going to accidentally squish because you have a small locking device in here that you
Absolutely.
just flip the switch to unlock it and then stick your screws in.
Exactly.
And you're good. Man, seems like you guys have thought of everything. That's pretty cool.
A little extra safety device just to prevent, human error.
Yeah. Now let's talk about the SkipRail. How does the SkipRail work?
Good question. So you know that up to Pegasus, you had like 2 different type of system on the market. You had like a railless solution that doesn't require rail, or a rail solution that requires 2 rows of rail per module. And you have the SkipRail design right in front of you. So what we've done at Pegasus is we kind of designed a hybrid solution. The main goal was to decrease the amount of penetration. The least penetration you have on the roof, the less chance you have for leaks, right? So this was really the main goal. On the top of that, we know that the module manufacturer have engineered module. They have 1 module for the entire country. So basically, they are kind of over-engineered. And so we are taking the strengths of the module and we are applying that strength into the racking. So how it works is basically you have your first row of module, and you can see on the SkipRail design that you have here on the data sheet exactly. So the first row is kind of your structural row, and you always have 2 rows of rails. And then it's really easy, and I love that system because even for DIY customer, it's going to be super easy to implement. You just think all the odd row, number 3, number 5, number 7, and up, you do not install any rail. You do not install any mount, but you just install a SkipRail clamp. That is a floating clamp that is avoiding any penetration, and that is going to give you like really the strength to build your array moving up.
So it attaches to the top frame of the bottom row of panels and the bottom frame of the the second row of panels, if you will, and it holds on to that.
Exactly. So basically, you're gonna take your SkipRail clamp and it attached to the bottom row and the upper row.
Yeah. So tell me about that's secure because of the overbuilt frame in the modules already.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And it eliminates extra penetrations in your roof.
Yes.
And you guarantee long-term reliability.
Absolutely. And basically, when you use SkipRail, we had a customer who did like extended studies on that. And basically, you're gonna save 15 to 25% penetration on the roof. So it's not only penetration, is less material, is less time on the roof. So we had a lot of customers joking at us saying, "Oh, you are coming to us, selling us less material," and you say, "Yeah, it is. We are coming to you, selling you less material." Absolutely.
So that's why it's faster.
Yes.
That's why it's safer.
Safer. Yes.
Yeah, and that's why, I mean, less penetrations. That's always a good deal.
So less chance of leaks, right? This is the whole point.
For sure.
And also easier to install. It's always about the ease of installation. You know, what can we do for our customer to make it easy for them?
Now, you guys have really put a lot of thought into the SkipRail itself. Talk to me a little bit about how you've made this SkipRail easy to install.
So the SkipRail is super easy to install because you're just going to clamp it with the module, and basically you're good to go. And it's also a universal clamp, 30 to 40 millimeters. So you don't have to
this fits a bunch of different sizes of modules.
Exactly, 30 to 40.
Yeah, 30 to 40.
Yes. And the two advantages of SkipRail. So thanks to SkipRail, we talk about bonding at the beginning. You're going to have your integrating bonding north-south. But the really cool thing with SkipRail is that it's going to provide you the self-leveling feature. And this is awesome because when you install dual rail, you always have to go down from the roof. And especially if you are a DIY customer, you are alone. Usually you need someone on the roof and you say, "Oh, top left corner, please put your module a little bit up or a little bit down." With SkipRail, you don't have to do that because you have the self-leveling feature. When you're going to install SkipRail, your module is going to self-level, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because you basically got 4 corners of panels that are connected to this one. In a lot of
depends. Yeah, it depends where you are on the roof, but yeah,
Okay. We have another question from Samuel Hill. He says, "Is there a design tool, or how do I know how many items I need?"
Perfect. Great question. Thank you, Samuel. Yeah. So yes, absolutely, Samuel. Just go on www.pegasussolar.com, and on the right-hand corner, you have a software called Glide. You just need to register. It's free. And then you can design your solar installation, and it's going to provide you with the entire BOM for your solar system. Super easy and free.
Great question. Yeah. So Pegasus has been rolling out these awesome innovations. We haven't talked about the bond box, but let us tell us a little bit about the bond box.
The bond box is one of our latest innovation. It's pretty breathtaking because it comes again from a lot of listening and observing with installer, and once you are using the bond box, basically you are not going to use copper wire on the roof anymore. So it's bonded directly to the rail. And then basically, and especially for DIY, you just clip it to the rail, you're good to go. So the bond box, again, it's a J-box, right, that you're going to install at the end of the installation. And then you can do your wire management. You can add a DIN rail or not, depending on what you want. But really the main goal, it's, again, ease of installation, green proof. Clip it to the rail, you're good to go.
You've got a lot of things that have the integrated bonding in it, which makes it super nice and easy.
Absolutely.
For sure. Yeah. So what's next for Pegasus? Do you have any exciting things coming out that you can tell us about?
So many. I think 2026 is going to be a huge year for Pegasus. We proved this year that we are on our path to be number one because of R&D, because of the team, and also the culture, the leadership. I think one thing that is very important to really focus on is really the digital front. So our Glide platform that I just mentioned for our design tool is not just a design tool. It's really a software that is simplifying the entire planning and management aspect of the installation. And this is more for installer rather than DIY. But it really simplifies everything, and it's a fully integrated tool that is, integrated with software like Aurora, Scanify, and so basically the goal is to avoid human error, but also repeat steps. We notice that there's a lot of installers out there who are repeating many steps, and so this tool is really has been developed to avoid that and to simplify this whole process.
That's great. So we have one more audience question. Any solutions for tile roofs?
Yes, we do. We have. So if you, again, just go online, go on our website, pegasussolar.com. We have a solution called Scissor Mount that is allowing you to install on tile. And the cool thing is that you can use SkipRail with that. And SkipRail on tile, the savings are huge.
We've talked about a lot today. I'm really excited about all the Pegasus products. You guys make some really cool stuff, and there's a lot of thought that's obviously put into your products. So Agathe, thanks so much for joining us today and sharing
Thank you for having me.
From Pegasus Solar. So to all of you tuning in, if you want to find out more about the racking solution from Pegasus Solar, the SkipRail, or the InstaFlash2, you can also visit us at signaturesolar.com. And don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Facebook at Signature Solar US so you don't miss our last episode for 2025 of Amp Up Solar Talk. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Kelly, and thank you, Signature Solar.
Thank you.